by brick, man, we built this team, dog. And y'all gonna see this team turned up by next year. But you say who I want?
Declaring the winner by TKO, Joaquin Buckley.
You've had such an incredible career. How much longer are you going to keep doing this?
There's still some tread left on the tires, so I come in here, I'm always looking for the finish, and I'm happy that I can give you guys a good one.
Jim A-10 Miller!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Jimmy is gone today. Ben the Bane Davis, good to see you again, buddy.
Matt, an honor to be back, and for such a tremendous card, man. I mean, this one really packs a punch.
UFC 328. I cannot wait. I didn't mean to rhyme right there.
Oh, the battle
But I do it all the
career.
time. Yeah, I'm a nut. Hey, we got Joaquin Buckley, who's fighting Sean Brady, and we're going to bring him in now. And we also have Jim Miller on later, who's fighting Jared Gordon. So what a show. Let's bring in Joaquin Buckley right away, because we know he's cutting weight, and, you know, we don't want to keep him waiting.
No.
That's when the music cues. Yeah, Ben, we're catching up too. We're catching up today. I can't wait to talk about the card with you.
Man, I can't wait to talk about movies with you, Matt. The cinema has been blasting.
Have you seen, are you a Star Wars guy?
I do like Star Wars. I do like
Okay, I know there's a new animated series called Darth Maul.
Yeah, the Darth Maul
Hey,
stuff.
man, listen, you can make fun of me if you like. George St. Pierre likes it too. Hey, there he is. Joaquin Buckley, good to have you, man. Good to have you.
Always good to be. Always good, brother.
You look lean.
Yeah, I do, man. Come on now.
You're like, yeah, man. You're like shit, man. Throw me a coconut water. How's it going, man? Things that you got to be getting used to welterweight by now.
A little bit, man. This one has been a great cut, you know, up to this point, you know what I mean? But I'm starting to feel that size, you know, I'm putting on right now, you know. And me getting old, I just turned 32 right now, you know, and these cuts don't get easier. I tell you that.
Hey, man, I know a guy at 32 that won the title. He won the title. Why do I got to make it about myself? But I was 32 and George was a young 25. Hey, you're getting better with age, man. I mean, 6-1 since you went to welterweight, you know? And for anybody, you know, that thinks that, you know, oh, man, could he handle a grappler? You know, we had a hard time with Kamaru Usman, but Kamaru Usman, former champ, I mean, that's the highest. I mean, look what his fight with Kamzat. I mean, he's a total stud. But, I mean, listen, a guy who I don't like as much, I think's a shit person, but a good fighter, is Colby Covington. He is a good fighter, and people expected him, you know, not everybody, but people like, all right, look, man, Joaquin's explosive, but Colby's got the wrestling. Look what you did. Look what you did in that. You made a lot of people happy in that fight.
Yeah.
I'll say this, I had the bank account on Buck in that one, man. We backed you heavily with Kane. And I'll say this, coming up against the Usman, one of the greatest welterweights of all time, the most academic experience I got to imagine, and now you've trained with him. What were some of the big takeaways from not only the fight that you had with Kamaru, but then the experience sharpening the tools in the gym?
I mean, it's a lot, bro. I've been out for a good little time, so being able to kind of transition, man, and really just think about, you know, the things I got to work on. There was a lot in that fight that I could have tried to execute, but just, you know, lacked knowledge, you know. So there's some good things that we got to work on with my boy, Jeff Henry, one of the guys that I trained with. And, you know, right now, a lot of people just don't realize the team that I have. They're very structured on me, right? And just, you know, personal with the things that I have to get done. And I don't have a lot of, you know, different bodies to work with, you know. So I be calling in, you know, Pacific guys to work on Pacific things. And and I've been really kind of just focusing on just evolving my game, right? And when you ask about, with the Usman fight, what the things that, I cashed out for, there's some things I feel like, I could have been able to catch Usman with, that I may be able to catch Sean Brady with in this fight.
How did it come about that you went to train with them? A lot of times, something happens, you get bested, and then you work on the problems, but not so much with the guy that gave you those problems. So it's got Rocky vibes to it, man. It's got Apollo Rocky and Rocky vibes.
Right.
How did that come about, man?
It's going to be a great story, once we talk about it, especially when, I become a world champion myself, that, not only did I get to compete with the world champion, but I got to work with him afterwards, which, will lead into, my success come May 9th. But, just being able to kind of break down the whole situation between me and Usman, being able to have the opportunity to work with a person like that, why would I skip that up, right? I think, with the chance to, obviously have that setback, right? The best person to really kind of reach out to is the person that, put you in that position. And, there's a lot of things that not only did I learn from Usman, but I learned a lot from just the team itself and Henry Hoof at Kill Cliff, and I feel like all those different things that I learned, all them gems I was able to take with me, yet again, it's going to help with my benefit come this fight.
I'm sorry, Ben. How long was did you do a whole camp at Kill Cliff?
No, it was short. I've been doing this for a long time, right? Yeah. So it's not that I literally have to change, who I am or, have to learn so many different things. It's always the small, right? It's always the small details, man. It's the little things. And those little things they were able to show me, and those basic details, it really cleaned me up a little bit, you know what I mean? So, I'm just appreciative. That's it.
I think a lot of people would look at this matchup and say that there's a lot of rhyming with the previous bout with Usman, both grapplers, but I think we all know that this is a drastically different type of opponent. What are some of the differences you see with Sean Brady? Maybe some of the weaknesses you're planning on exploiting.
I mean, it's a lot that I can exploit, right? And I'm gonna have fun when I just go out there and do it. But if I could just keep it, real, Sean Brady hasn't really accomplished much of anything in this short amount of time being within the UFC. And even myself, I got so much to prove as well. So we still very young on our journey. That's all I'm trying to say. And, with the person that I fought, you really cannot take what one person did, right, and just expect somebody else to, be able to do that. And I think a lot of people are giving that, just too much of styles, right, and to play. When, be honest with you, Usman and Brady is two completely different fighters and two completely different grapplers. So, I just think that a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about, man. And that's why sometimes you just got to shut down the social media, man, turn off the comments, man, and just show the world what you got.
You're a vocal guy. Does it bother you that Sean Brady's so laid back? Like, he's not one to do really a lot of shit stirring.
It's a blessing in disguise because I don't feel like talking right now.
Interesting.
For multiple reasons, man. I feel like I've done all my work, right, for people to know who I am and really kind of show up and show people my personality, man, and give them the content that they're looking for. But, right now, man, I'm working for that main event, and I'm working for being, on the poster, man, get my name in the lights. And that's what I'm working for now,
There's something very, in a good way. You're usually a jokester. You're always laughing. But you seem very channeled in. I don't know if it's because you might need a steak or a drink, but you look very.
He's 32, Matt. He's 32. He's maturing.
No, but he might be maturing. Hey, listen, I'm 51. I still play VR. I'm not mature. Shit, man. So this week, fight week, you got to detach a little bit. You can go crazy just thinking about the fight. Do you like to just? Oh no, you just keep double down on it. Talk to me.
No, well, I mean, this is what we're here for, right? Like, I love thinking about the fight, this is gonna sound crazy. I love thinking about Brady, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just the whole interaction. I haven't even got to see him yet, right? I'm gonna be very excited when I get to see him. I'm gonna be very excited just to be able to step on the scale. Like, I love the moments and I love the experience of being a professional athlete, man. And be honest with you, that 11 months I didn't had out, I didn't miss this shit, bro. And I realized, a lot of stuff, I feel like, I've been carrying a lot of the weight. let that weight go, man. I let Sean Strickland and Hamzat had a little fun. You know what I mean? But I'm here to show up and show out, and go out there and compete and give a show that ain't nobody, expecting.
It's the new Mansa show, which we it's must see TV. But I do want to ask, what have your interactions with Brady been like before? Have you ever been around him? Have you ever maybe spoken with him in the past?
Yeah, we spoke, very short, it was very one-sided with me talking a lot. I don't think I gave him a chance to, get a word out. But to be honest, it's not even that, man. It's just the interaction, man. We finna make history, and I just want to let him know that, I appreciate him for signing the bout and giving me an opportunity, man, to go out there and do what I do best.
Now, are you secretly or not secretly rooting for Sean Strickland? I know you had a little interaction with Kamzat one time. Kamzat looks like he's about to almost smack anybody. Like he just gets anybody who comes up the wrong way. And I like Kamzat. I like the way he carries himself. But I think it was with the Englishman, Darren Till. You went up to him, man. And then he's just like, who's this fucking guy?
Yeah. When I walked away.
Yeah. When you walked away.
And it's whatever. You gotta play that character, man. You gotta be somebody, right? For people to want to attach themselves to you. And I'm not, whatever, you do what you do, whether that's Sean Strickland or Hamzat. But you say, am I secretly? No, I'm openly going for Sean Strickland, man. That's serious. I'm openly going for Sean Strickland because I want to see an American champion, man. I want to see somebody that is from where I'm from, right, to grab that strap at the end of the day, and that's it. Other than that, though, it's like nothing personal between me or any other guys here on this promotion.
Got to root for America. Got to root for the Patriots. Come on, we need more belts inside the United States. And with a win, Buckley, you're dangerously close. But I do want your thoughts on what just occurred 7 days ago. Carlos Pratis, Jack Della Maddalena, obviously in your division, a little bit ahead of you in the rankings. When you look at that, what was your takeaway from that fight?
It was a few things I could take away from that fight. JDM, he's a lot better fighter than what he showed out there that night. But what he got exposed for, from Islam, right, that may not be the most mentally, wielded person. And, Carlos Pratis, you playing the mind games early, I can already tell. And it seemed like, as the fight, started to go on, JDM just couldn't make those adjustments, right? Not that he couldn't, he just, I don't know, he froze like, like a deer in headlights, you know what I mean? He just stopped throwing combinations, man, stopped pushing, Carlos Pratis up against the cage, and just became a punching bag. And once Carlos Pratis was just in his bag, he was in flow state, man, he looked good, bro, so I can't even hate on it, It was a beautiful performance by Carlos Pratis, 100%.
Is it too early now, or do you wait until you start to look around and say, hey, man, look where I'm at? Like you talk about where you came from, and now you're in, again, 6-1 in your last fights, fighting the best fighters on the world. You're one of the best fighters in the world. Do you ever just sit back and for a split second, now you don't want to rest on your laurels, obviously, you're chasing gold, but do you ever just pinch yourself and say, look at me, I'm living like a rock star?
It's a beautiful story, man. It's been a beautiful journey. And I just realized, man, I've been rushing, so now I'm going to take my time with this game. Because like I said, I am 32. And like you said, you won a title at 32 years.
Yeah.
So, that's good hype and that's good love. And I feel like I'm right there. So I just got to keep winning and keep competing. And it's going to give me exactly what I want. So, I came a long way. Yeah.
Not that it's coming anytime soon, Buck, but when you consider life post-fighting, what does that look like? Have you contributed thought to that? What the vision that you want for your life when you lay the gloves down?
Yeah, I got so many crazy ideas, man. I got so many everything. But right now, we just focus on the game. And that's one thing I think I've been too focused on other things. And I'll be honest with you, I ain't even gave y'all the best version of Buck yet. But right now, being able just to focus on me solely and really kind of dial in on what I do best. And y'all get to see it May 9th.
Well, shit, man. If it's anything like that highlight that just shoot the world, something out of the Matrix movie, something that people, if they seen it in a movie, they'd be like, all right, well, I'm checking out now. That's not realistic. Dude, to pull something, that was such a great, the gentleman that caught that kick, who was that?
And then caught the kick against Octagon. Yeah.
Man,
doing very well for himself, though, man.
I was gonna say Impa's been crushing it since then.
Man,
He's had his own
doing
path.
great things. He's doing great things, but it just shows me how great I am because I was able to perform something like that on such a great fighter, even at that time. And it's been 6 years now. But the crazy enough that you bring that up, like when you talk about, I'm feeling like 2020 Buck. I'm feeling like
Yeah. Well, look, hey man, you seem channeled in. It's in New Jersey at the Prudential Center. I mean, you fought New Jersey before?
Atlantic City.
Yeah,
So
Jersey.
Oh,
yeah. But never in Newark though. Newark different, man. Newark different, man. This brick city, baby. This brick city, baby. And I tell people you can't spell war without Newark. You know what I'm saying? And WAR, baby. So that's what we're looking for.
You got to rack that Poirier war cap. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you need.
But you know who he got that from, though? You know who he got that from, though, right?
Who'd he get it from?
Marvis Hagler, who's from him. That's who he got it from.
I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite boxers ever. I thought he beat Leonard. I'm that guy.
He did.
You thought so too.
Leonard did his thing, though. On the points, he did his thing, man. A lot of good footwork, but Marvin was on.
It was hysterical. Marvin was such a stud, and after that fight, he never fought again. I heard he never put a pair of gloves on again. And then he did like Italian.
I like Marvin Hagler swag. Yeah, bro.
He went over to Italy.
He got away from the bullshit.
Yeah, he did, man. He went to Italy, man. He went with my people, and he was eating. And he was eating pizza, but he was definitely shooting movies. He was like an action star in Italy. Hey, I don't know, Buckley. He might follow in your foot. I can see you as an action star.
I was gonna say, man, Buckley and Mark Wahlberg, bro.
A little to be special. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Hey, listen, it's media day. I know you got a lot to do. Hey, this weekend, Sean Brady, man. This is on a stat card. I am excited as hell for this fight, man. I really am. And I don't agree with John Anik.
Okay, all right. See, now you waking up, Buck, man. Now you waking up.
Tell me. Yeah.
Tom Brady, your boy, though, ain't he? You, Dean Thomas, everybody close.
Cooking Buck. Let him know. Let him hear it, Buck.
It is true. But I do like you. Listen, I'm that guy. There's people in there that if I ever talk to somebody that was like picked against me or rooted against me, I can't hold. I mean, nobody people thought I was going to beat GSP. Nobody. I wouldn't talk to anybody if I could hit anybody. But no, I do. Yeah, Dean Thomas is like my BFFFF. And Sean Brady, listen, I am a jiu-jitsu guy. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that you might be like, look at that. I like Ryan Hall's fights. Nobody likes that guy's fights. So I am a jiu-jitsu guy. I think he's quite a stud. But, dude, you are quite a stud. So, hey, listen.
The best man win. That's it, bro.
That is it. The best
that was
man.
Like no hit on you, Matt. Like, we just keep it real. Like, Sean's your boy. You know what I'm saying? You rooting for Sean. Let's just keep it 100.
Is it possible to hope he does well, but I'm not rooting against you? It's really I don't want to root against you. I really like you.
Hope everyone wins.
Let the best man win. This is the game we play.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And it's the best game known to man. Best game.
I'll tell you one day, and I'm going to tell you as an older guy. I mean, I got 20 years on you. Listen, you will walk away one day, hopefully many years from now. And I'll tell you, sometimes we're savages. You're going to miss it. Sometimes I'm riding in my car and a song comes on. And I just start to relive. In my mind, I'm knocking out Frank Trigg again. But anyway. Then I get to a red light. Someone's looking at me weird.
And you're like, I got to bring it back in. Yeah.
Joaquin Buckley, man, I am so excited for you. You know what I mean? You've been looking phenomenal. The one hiccup we had was with a guy that, and it takes a lot for you as a man to be like, you know what? All right, he bested me. He's a cool guy. Did he offer it? Did he offer to come out and train?
He hit me up. Yeah. And talk about as a champion being humble to hit up. Shout out to Usman, man. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing but respect for that man.
I'll add something onto that Usman fight as well. And just what you were speaking about with JDM, there was not a moment in that fight with Kamaru where it looked like you didn't want to be there, where it looked like you didn't want to try to flip things back in your favor. And you speak about how that really championship medal, you can't train that in somebody. I don't know. You learned a lot. Everyone learned a lot, Buck.
100%, man. But I feel like, yet again, I really haven't given you guys the best version of me. And I feel like this fight that I have coming up with Sean Brady, who not even stylistically, right? Sean Brady, as much as I pick on him, right? He a man, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna step up in that octagon, and he's gonna give me the best of what he got as well. And it's going to turn out to be one of the best performances from either side. And a lot of people are just going to, just look at that fight and just be like, yeah, that's something to watch out for, So I'm glad we in Newark, you know what I mean? I'm glad that we are on a live arena, where the people get to watch in the masses, because don't nobody want to watch this on TV, I promise you, man. They just actually want to be here and experience a moment like that.
Oh shit, yeah, man. And listen, kind of out of left field, but we were talking about Kamaru Usman. He's doing well outside doing his. I see him with Henry Cejudo. He's got his podcast. I'm thinking, listen, and you're chasing gold right now, but in the future, man, with your personality, did you ever want to dive into the podcast world? If you have one already, forgive me.
Oh yeah. I got the Brick Brothers podcast with my brother Edric Dillard, and
nice.
Yeah. But I realized a lot of guys, they didn't start the podcast until the fight was over with, And I've been dipping and diving into a lot of different things, and it's fun. I love it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a space for me and my brother to really give that content that you really don't see, or a side of MMA that you really don't get to see anywhere else. And I feel like me and my bro, we definitely do great things for that podcast. But as of right now, our main focus, man, is becoming a world champion, man, and locking in with her, and then I can do all the things I want to right after that.
Didn't you call out McGregor after one of your victories?
Yeah.
Why did you do that, Buck?
That's funny.
You gotta learn. DC told me, man, and I fixed it up a little bit, so yeah, man. So we working, man. We working.
Hey, man, you're always fun in and out of the cage. I'm really looking forward to this fight this weekend, like many of us are. And man, all my best, Joaquin Buckley. You're always fun, man. We love having you on, and we love watching you fight, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, and 32's young. Don't look at that.
Young guy,
young. It is young. I can't be fighting till 40 though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you were 1-6 in your last fights, I'll be like, all right, listen, 32. But you're 6-1. You're doing great. Hey, man, all our best for this weekend, man. And if things go right, I can't wait to hear the name. I'm not gonna try to get out of you now. We'll be in suspense.
Yeah. Build it up. We'll build it up.
I got you.
All right. All our best this weekend versus Sean Brady, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, Warrior. Take care. Joaquin Buckley.
One love.
Thanks, bro. Man, I always love talking to Joaquin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I do, listen, I did my picks already. I'm picking Brady, but I am that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to, also he's still on and be like, what the fuck?
Just sitting there like, oh, damn.
God damn.
We were talking about action movies. You look quite similar to a Jason Statham. You and Buckley. I mean, come on. That's a tag team.
Yeah, Jason Statham, if they dropped a safe on him or something, like out of those movies, I'm a little shorter.
I'm a stocky, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm a stockier version. It is funny when you say 32 because when I was 31, I was in that comeback season of The Ultimate Fighter, and they were treating us like old men. I'm like, they're like, those old guys. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Barely over 30.
Yeah, but, that's your prime. That's the athletic prime, right? It's the window from like 29 to 32. That's when your body is peaking. When I was
like 34, I started having to tailor my camps because I blew my back out getting ready for Matt Hughes. And 33, I blew my back out with him.
Yeah,
but man.
It's extracurriculars, Matt. You gotta watch when you blow your back out,
dude. It was. Thank God, one of my black belts, Dr. Yasha, gave me an epidural. I had to start. I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't walk, man. I was a mess. The back stuff is crazy, man. You're a young man, man. You don't.
Yeah. No, I broke my toe a couple weeks ago, Matt. So I'm,
Don't talk to me about your little piggies. I'm telling you about my slip discs.
You got your back blown out and you couldn't walk straight the next day.
What are you? I got my. I had a back problem.
What kind of training is Matt doing?
I'm not going to say I got my black. But you know what? I hurt my back. I'm not. What are you drinking? Tang? What the fuck is that?
I got a big thing of cold brew. I got some cold brew, man.
That's cold brew in there?
Yeah.
I thought that was a big thing of orange juice. Hey, let's talk about some fights.
Sure.
Before we get the great Jim Miller in here, who's still got some stuff in the basement.
Oh,
Jim Miller.
That guy's a legend. That
He's 42. The other guy's 32. He's 42.
Most wins in UFC history, I think, for JM.
And he's just there's no signs of that guy slowing down. Hey, let's talk about some fights because the card is stacked. You know what I mean? I mean, where do we start? King Green, the opening fight, King Green versus Jeremy Stevens.
It's a very interesting fight to have on a pay-per-view main card, I feel, because it's such a hardcore-centric fight. This ain't a knock on him necessarily, but I think those names, right, who would really resound with Jeremy Stevens and formerly Bobby Green, now King Green? It's guys that have been watching for years and years to appreciate the work that those guys have put in. I remember the Jeremy Stevens, Yair Rodriguez situations back in the day. I remember the King Green, Dustin Poirier clash back in the day. Like, it's a curtain jerker of legacy. That's what I like about it. Maybe it's guys that aren't going to be knocking on the top 15 door, but like it's going to be a fun fight. Jeremy's a tough guy, hard hitter, and King Green, bro, he's styling. I like how that guy fights.
You know what? King Green looked great in his last one.
Yeah,
I mean he's turning back the clock. You know, I like this. I'm surprised these guys haven't met up before.
It is one of those fights, yeah, where you go, if this was a rematch or a trilogy, I wouldn't be too blown away by it. But yeah, to your point, I feel like King Green's sneakily strung together some very solid performances recently. Back-to-back wins over Zell Huber and Lance Gibson Jr. Only lost to Hoofy and Pimblett in the last year and a half. So I don't know. I mean, it's you got to be cut from some higher cloth to take out this version of King Green. And, you know, not a knock on Jeremy Stevens, but I think we know that that's not who he is. So, you know, serve me up a King Green masterclass unanimous decision. That's how I feel that one's going to go.
You know, listen, it's not his fault that he's not getting the love he deserves, but the way Joshua Van, things happen in a fight, you know? Yeah. So when Pantoja went to keep his base and he based out, he broke his elbow, I believe. His arm came out. Yeah. It's just, it was an anticlimactic way of winning the title. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
it's not really winning the title in a sense. In most people's estimations, they go, that's not a clear-cut victory. And I think that for Van, he's such a young guy that I have to always contextualize that. Remember, he's 22? Yeah. 23. And the elation of being victorious, getting that belt wrapped around you, I think has maybe washed aside the manner in which he won in his brain. Because there's been some things he said, some ways in which he celebrated, that to me makes it seem like, oh, you went and knocked him out. That's how you're acting or behaving. And that's not the truth. So I think that, you know, for Josh Van, this is really where you win the title. You beat a big contender in Tatsuro Taira, who's just really excellent in some disciplines. And then you go, I am the champion. I get that how I won the belt with some, you know, funky manners, but I'm the champion. I just beat a top guy. You know, give me Pantoja again. Give me whoever next. But I've earned this belt. That's what I'm waiting to see from him.
Yeah, it's not like when with Aljo and Peter Yan, that was a little weird with that illegal knee. And it's not like that because the actions that led to him dislocating his arm was because they were fighting and he caught, I think, would he catch his leg or he caught it, then he went to catch it?
Head kick and then Van sort of like shucked him off almost.
Yeah.
So you could say it was a product of something Van did, but certainly an unintended consequence.
Yes, yeah, I know. It was, again, it's not like a clean knockout, submission, or even a decision, but a win's a win, you know? But again, so I think what you're looking at with him because what happens is when you're fighting in there, Ben, is that you got such a threat in front of you. No matter who you're fighting, it's somebody looking to do bodily harm to you. So it's like a relief and a celebration when it's over. It's like I eliminated the threat, and you can't help but just be like, and then he got the goal. You know, the belt is with it. So
Well,
and he's a
that's
young
also the
kid.
problem too. Is you have a champion in Pantoja who people loved. I mean, people liked watching him fight. He was a very active champion, great reign, good legacy, and then that's how it kind of comes crashing down. And that's not a fault on Van at all. It's not his fault that really occurred, or that Pantoja had built up such a great legacy that people were invested in his reign. And the manner in which, however anticlimactic it came down, that's not on Van's shoulders. But I do think that there was a way to navigate those PR waters a little bit more. That as he gets older, I think maybe he'll look back and go, yeah, maybe could have handled that a bit differently to
got you. No,
balance
I
the
hear
boats
you.
a little.
Well, I mean, look, now with Tatsura, Tatsura's 8-1 in the UFC.
Yeah.
Chacho Ivan is 9-1. This is it's a look at their records. You look at the guys they fought. This is a nice. This will cement him. He wins this fight. All right, you are the champ. He's the champ. But I know what you're saying. He needs a nice victory here for people to start just getting on that train. You know what I mean?
I feel for Tatsuro Taira, the victory over Brandon Moreno that had punched this ticket. I remember a lot of people suggesting that was kind of a controversial stoppage in and of itself. And so I feel for both guys, there is this element of decisiveness that they're each searching for. They say, okay, you had some issues with my last fight, everybody. Cool. Watch this. I'm going to leave no questions, leave no doubt in this one. And that's going to make for a really exciting one. And again, we always talk about this, Matt, but remember the time where they were going to axe the 125ers. And now here it is, co-main event on one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. It's great to see. I love this division. I love all the fighters. And while I might be a little critical at times, you know me, Matt, I gotta play all spades. I think both guys are tremendous fighters.
Khamzat, Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it. I really like both guys. Like, as far as being as the guys they are, I like those guys. They might not like each other. Stuff Sean says, Sean, that guy's been through hell. You can see it, and there's times he really comes out about it. And to make what he did of his life is a celebration in itself. You know what I mean? Because he could have went down a bad path, and he didn't. Look at him now. Look what he's doing. I think he's a good guy. I do. I have a sense with people where it's not so much what they're putting out there as their actions. There's guys that I think help guys behind the scenes. They're helping guys in the gym. You hear stories how they are with training, and you're like, all right, you know what? That might not be the same. Is that the same guy I'm seeing saying this and that? But it is, So
I think it's difficult to really remove someone from many of their words, because at the end of the day in life, at some extent, what I say and what I do and how I impact others is who I am. Yeah. And I think that's such an important thing to carry. So, I don't know. I don't care too much about the person, but inside the cage, I do think Sean Strickland is a tough puzzle. That guy's a tough cookie to figure out, and he's shown that. And you think about the two fights with Dricus du Plessis, and Dricus is equally as awkward and equally as hard to handle. But man, I'll say this. And granted, like Chimaev also posted some weird sparring footage the other day. I don't know. Did you catch that? You see the 15 second. What was that about? There was nothing really consequential in that footage. I don't know why Chimaev posted that. I
think he put that out there because Sean made a statement saying that he was a bully and he only spars with the bully. And he basically, no, I'm sparring with you. Yeah. If I'm bullying anybody, it's you. And they showed a little glimpse of them. It looked like they were just working. So there's nothing you're going to see in that clip that's going to be like, ooh, he could beat him standing. That looked to me like just regular sparring. Like they weren't.
I was going to say, there was nothing too crazy about it. But I think that the style that Chimaev has it's just ridiculous. I mean, where have we seen guys that have this level of dominance, control? You can't really name too many. So as much as I think Sean's tricky to figure out, I do think Chimaev's going to probably make this look quite similar to his fight with Dricus.
Now, that's interesting because I heard that Sean's grappling is extremely underrated. How often do we see, even when Dricus got him down, who's holding him down? I don't think he didn't hold him down. I don't believe he was on top of him and got a lot of ground control.
Wasn't a lot of control time. Yeah. Dricus didn't get a lot of control time.
Yeah. So I can't think of a fight where he was controlled on the floor. Maybe I'm forgetting one, but I don't remember him ever getting outpointed. Like, he got outpointed with takedowns with Drakus. That might have helped Drakus get that decision. But, Khamzat's not the type of guy, he's going to take you down and try to finish you. Now, if Sean could work his way back to the feet and then up and down, that's what is exhausting. He's got great endurance. You know what I mean? He's a durable guy. So if it gets taken into the later rounds, that's where we've seen, he looks more and more human as the fight goes on. Even with Drakus, in a fight that he totally dominated, Khamzat, there was a little thing in the fifth round where it was like a little loss of position where he could have capitalized on it, but he just didn't have the ability to. Drakus.
We got full mount. Drakus was in full mount at one point in that fifth round.
Didn't he almost get something? Yeah, there was a weird position, but he ended up losing the scramble.
Yeah.
So,
and the thought is, with how easily Chimaev was able to seemingly control Drakus for those first 4 rounds, if Sean makes it more difficult, if Sean makes Khamzat work harder to get him down, then it could really pay dividends in the end. But, the other thing that pops in my mind is Sean's never been submitted. Now, while he hasn't really faced elite grapplers, I'm looking through the resume, I'm not seeing anything that pops off that would suggest he's fought someone that's of Chimaev's caliber when it comes to the canvas. But I do think it's fair to say, guy's never been subbed. He's never been tapped out, never been napped. I think that's valid.
And, there was been some talk of Khamzat saying he tapped Sean, but they were starting with your back position.
Yeah.
You're starting with the guy on your back. You got to add that in.
That's important. That's important.
You're starting on the guy's back. You know what I mean? Which, again, is a great sign of the proper training. You know what I mean? You want to do that positional training. Sean's so good, he might not be able to get his back. But so you need to start in those bad positions. Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question because I saw Chimaev say something yesterday where he said, he's like, this is my last fight at 185. Now he's thinking of 205. Hasn't defended the belt yet. When you see champions these days that capture the title and then seemingly don't have much interest in starting a legacy and a reign and taking out contenders, what is your sense of that? I mean, how do you digest it when you hear people say things like that?
Well, it's not many people that are doing that. I mean, you might think of Ilya Topuria. But he's been putting to sleep legends. So it's almost like, how do you deny that? All right, look what he did, I mean, so it's one of those things where it's like, it's a case by case situation. Anybody that just gets the belt and they want to start talking about going up, that could be a little weird. I mean, but then again, there's special guys. Like Islam's another one. That's just a special guy. I mean, look at him. Look what he's done in his division. It's almost, so if they clear out their division, that's one thing. But I think it was more with Khamzat. I think it was more of, I know he trains with a lot of light heavyweights. You heard Khalil Roundtree be like, yo, if he moves up, we're screwed. That type of thing. And, and Khamzat, when somebody asked him on media day, he was just like, listen, I like to eat pizza. He's making, so you don't know how, he might be just joking around but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. I mean, I think he's going to, we got Jim Miller ready to go.
There we go.
Get that legend in here. Get that legend in here. Get that legend in here. I like to say it 3 times to make sure they know. Jim Miller, good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for having me on, bud.
Oh, man. Dude, when are you going to come back and visit us again here in Long Island? You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going tonight, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm going to Abe's house at the compound.
Nice.
We got some friends, similar friends, and we hung out. I think what was that, like 6 months ago? 8 months ago?
I think it was a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Dude, I think it might have been a year ago. Time flies. Yeah. Time flies, but yet you are smacking the shit out of Father Time, though. You got him in an Achilles lock. Jim, after all this time, there's still some stuff in the basement, huh?
Yeah. There's still that excitement, like it's I still love it. So I'm gonna.
How's your cartilage? How's your cartilage in your knees and your shoulder? How are you? I mean, listen. As a guy I know I got a decade on you, but this stuff starts to run thin. My cartilage in my shoulders and my knees. Like what's going on? I mean, you look great. You don't look like you don't fight your age.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Father Time, gave me a little bit of reprieve when he saw that Mother Nature stole my physical prime from me by giving me Lyme disease. So
that's interesting.
I honestly, there's obviously injuries and stuff that I deal with. It's just a matter of being smart about it and training intelligently and knowing what I need to do to be prepared for a fight. I have a very small, tight knit team that I can trust, and I think that's been one of the biggest things that has led to my longevity. Is in 2014 is when I opened my place up, because I dealt with some of those bigger gym issues and the drama and the bringing new guys in and they're trying to make a name for themselves on the mats in a training session when it's how's my week been going, right? And it's next thing you know, I'm trying to defend myself from somebody that's trying to thinks they're fighting for the UFC title, So having a nice small team there at Sussex MMA and at Pharaoh's Muay Thai, it's made it so that I can show up and I can get good work in and not get too banged up.
Jim, can you take me? Sorry, Matt.
No, go ahead, man.
Can you, because we talked about the longevity, but I want to take it really back to the beginning, November of 2005 with Eddie Frivey. What was the mentality on that debut? And did you ever think man, I'm going to have one of the more legendary careers inside the UFC?
I never imagined I'd be fighting this long. Back then it was hey, I'm going to fight till 34 and then we'll call it quits, get it in and fight as much as I can and then move on. I was actually just talking about it in a different interview before, and they were asking for some piece of advice for young amateurs and stuff like that and younger pros and it's train to be fighting me, right? Train to be fighting the guys at the top of the division. When I was fighting Eddie, I wasn't preparing to fight Eddie. He was a tough kid, but I was training to fight BJ Penn, I was training to fight Matt, right? It's I wanted to be going against the best guys on the planet, and from day one it was prepare that's the goal, not to prepare to fight somebody that gets to train 3 days a week. So take it seriously and kind of go all in, right? If you want to get to that level and get to the highest level in the sport, you gotta take that approach every single day. Take those small steps towards that goal.
You got the opposite with me as far as the East Coast. I had the East Coast curse. I'd always lose in front of all my people, my students, my fiance at the time. I'm losing on the East Coast. I couldn't catch a break. I caught a back fist, but you, Prudential Center, 4 times, 3-0 and 1 no contest. That's got to feel pretty good. You going home in your home. To win in your home crowd is one thing, but you Prudential Center, it works well for you.
I think I did. I think I lost to Dariush here at the Prudential. But yeah, for me. It's I feed off of the fans, and when I get that bump, it's when my walkout music hits, I'm feeling that roar, and it helps me get excited. It gets me into that zone, and it takes the thoughts out of my brain, right? Because I'm my biggest enemy in there, and if I'm overthinking it and I'm second guessing myself, then I'm not performing my best. So when I can hear the roar of the crowd, it gets me jiving.
It says here the last time you fought there, you submitted Clay Guida in 2019.
Yeah, yeah.
What heck, man?
Yeah.
Return of the King. It's gotta feel great with all your people there. But having all your people there, and I know this also from when I fight on the East Coast, are you turning your phone off Are you getting are you getting that? Hey, Jimmy, remember me from high school? I want my girlfriend wants to go to your fight.
Yeah.
Are people looking for tickets? Is it become annoying?
No, because I've isolated myself so much, that I'm okay with not answering text messages and stuff like that. So, like I live with my family and my team and like a handful of friends, and that's about it. I keep my circle very small. So, there's always the extra stuff like, okay, the family is coming to this one. My kids haven't been to too many fights, honestly. This will be their third time coming to a fight. And, so then, you add in, it's like my family and wife and kids and parents and, my brother's going to be there. And, I got a couple other close friends coming. So, dealing with that stuff, like, I gotta get tickets now. I gotta divvy out, I gotta do all that stuff. It's easy now. It's all, digital, but, it's cool to have my people there. And I wanted to fight, in Newark again before I was done because, I live like 45 miles, like west of, probably more than that from Newark, right? Where the hotel is. I'm like 40 some odd miles. So like I'm 3 miles from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So like it's as close as I have to a home stadium, but it's still not my area, but it's cool to have everybody there and I'm excited for fight night.
Jim, I'm curious, we talk about the proximity to home. I'm curious if someone's visiting Sparta Township, they're doing a vacation there. Are you suggesting like Mohawk? What are some of the places around town that you would say you must visit in Sparta Township?
There's a few places to get a nice bagel. Maybe I'm being a little spiteful. Right. Because I'm still waiting for Jim Miller Boulevard. Right. Like I want my straight game. I want my sign.
There's only 20,000 people that live there. They got to give you your due, man.
Yeah,
right?
man.
For the first, I don't know, until it's about third grade, we lived on one side of town, and then we moved to Lake Mohawk. And my parents lived there until just a couple of years ago. It's pretty.
Okay.
It's pretty, but yeah. As long as like, they keep the algae bloom down and stuff like that. It's, as a kid, if we went swimming in it, it's like you'd get a cold in the middle of the summer, you'd get a runny nose and stuff like, cause it's not
selling it, Jim. That's not selling it.
Very clean lake, but no, it's a cute little town, and I sneak my way in to train, and then I'm back out, and then I'm back west. So it's not the same place as when I grew up.
Are you still hunting?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, we talked about this before, but what do you mostly hunt?
Mostly it's like whitetail. The New Jersey's gets a bad rap. Like when I bring it up to people that I'm a hunter, and they're like, "Oh, in New Jersey, like what do you hunt?" And it's like, dude, I can hunt whitetail from mid-September all the way through like February in certain parts of the state, and we've got world-class black bears. Upland hunting's pretty good with the stock birds. Turkey's getting its butt kicked at the moment because we have too many predators. But yeah, like I've got 2 young boys that the bug bit them as well. So like I've got 2 little guys that are hunters and fishermen, and so now it's like I got my buddies with me, and
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's like it's definitely part of my lifestyle, right? Like I try to I like to have as much effort into those basic things as possible, and being able to provide the cleanest, purest meat for my family is the best thing I can do.
You've been doing this a long time. How long? I mean, do you remember your first time that you had to learn how to prepare it? Hey, listen, one thing's killing it, which is wild, but then all right, now we gotta skin it and do all the stuff you got to do with it. Tell me that how old were you when you learned that?
So I shot my first deer when I was 17. Yeah. Like, cause my dad grew up, he grew up in the town in Sparta. I mean, he lived there until he was in his 60s, other than like 1.5 years, that they'd moved out right when they got married. But, he saw some of his cousins and stuff kind of get pushed into hunting, and then it kind of pushed them away, and he didn't really want that for my brothers and I. So he made us like do it ourselves, like go out and get our hunting licenses and pursue it on our own. And he field dressed my first deer, and then since that day he has not field dressed any of his animals. I get to do every one of them.
Oh, so Pops, you get to shoot them.
Yep, you get to shoot them, and I get to clean them.
That's a good son.
But it's like I enjoy that part of the process. And one of the biggest things I despise social media for most of what it is.
Yeah.
But if you know how to like if you're really like looking to learn stuff, there's so much information out there, and I have learned so much just off of certain guys that I follow on social media, with field care and all that stuff, and processing and preparation of the wild game. So the venison that I eat today in 2026 tastes nothing like the stuff that I ate when I was a kid. Like it.
Wow.
Probably because I take way better care of it than my dad did. So it's awesome. It's awesome to have kind of developed it, right? And, it's like it's like anything, right? You start jiu-jitsu, you suck at it, and then you get better at it. And when I first started, I was not very good at the whole process, and then I've gotten a lot better over the years.
I've heard about the venison. I've heard people say, "Oh, well, it's gamey." My father-in-law Ciro, when he makes me the venison, it is my favorite meat. It'll get me out of retirement. I feel powerful. I feel give me some more Bambi. I feel it's so delicious. I love it. He makes it almost like a veal cutlet, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So good. I mean, it melts in my mouth. I mean, so now I'm getting hungry.
But I gotta get some lunch out of this.
Hey, I'm in the middle of a weight cut.
I'm sorry. You guys getting a weight cut. I'm about to have a slice of pizza.
Hey, talk about hunting though, Jim. I mean, there's some praise Saturday night. Jared Gordon, another very well-rounded guy, gritty style. When you look at him, what does he bring to the cage opposite you?
Very, very good boxer. He's a good wrestler as well. He uses his wrestling. He's not as much of a submission guy as I am, but he uses it more as a control. He's willing to get into the mix and take a shot to give one. And I see it as a great fight. And he's gonna fight me, right? It's a fight, but right, like there are guys that will game the system, and they will just look for eking out the decision, eking out a W, and point fight. Yeah, Jared's not that guy, and that gets me fired up. I mean, those are the fights that I love. Those are the fights that I excel in. So, I'm chomping at the bit, to get the opportunity to share the Octagon with him.
At this stage of the game, how much is it of you watching the videos, the tapes of him, or is it just your coaches telling you to watch out for this or that, or do you do it personally?
It's my coaches. To this day, I get too. It makes it too hard to sleep if I watch too much. Then I'm just like my brain's constantly going over the stuff, and honestly, I think it's happened to me, and I've seen it happen to peers of ours that. Like they get caught up in a situation or a position that a fighter might be good at, and then they almost force it because they've trained it so much. So like I try to be healthy. That's number one. When I get to the Octagon, I want to be as healthy as I can be and as sharp as I can be in shape. And both of those are pretty easy. And then it's like, hey, like be good at the stuff that I'm good at, right? Have my guillotine going well, have my my low kicks working well, and then it's like, yeah, give me a couple things, give me a couple spots where this guy is either where he's a threat or where he's going to be open, and then we'll just approach those, because also I've had a dozen guys, bail out on me, so it's like you prepare for weeks to fight somebody, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, hey, guess what? You went from fighting a short righty to a tall lefty, and so it's like, yeah, I want to be the best version of myself when I step in there on fight night, and whoever's in front of me, if I'm doing my job, it shouldn't really matter.
Nah, 100%, man. You concentrate on, people concentrate on so much what the other guy's doing, but you concentrate on making yourself as dangerous as possible for fight night.
Absolutely.
And this is the way. Jim Miller, I hope you fight for another 10 years.
I don't.
You're like, what?
10
months, 10 years? But hey, man, you listen, you're a fan favorite for a reason. You've been around this long for a reason. Fighting in New Jersey, Prudential Center, Jared Gordon's a quality opponent, man. Like Ben just said, you guys are super well-rounded. It's not like, man, I got to watch out for his hands. I get him down. He's another Jedi. So, man, I'll tell you right now, great card to be a part of too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And while I have you here, and I'm going to hit you up again after this. I still want you to do a seminar at my place.
Okay. Yeah,
I know there were some life things that get caught up with it, because I asked and Pat told me, but if things calm down, I'm going to hit you up and you come down and spread some love to Sarah BJJ. If that's cool.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
We're going to make that happen.
Well, we got you here, Jim. I got two quick last ones for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, this is 47. Our number 50 UFC fight, that's got to be on the radar, or something you're thinking about?
Absolutely. That's the hard stop. I do fully understand that, like, at 42, if a really bad injury happens, right? Like I injured myself last year, and it was nagging, and it was the silliest thing. I had sprained my pelvic symphysis, so the little piece of cartilage in the front of your pelvis, and then just re-aggravated it, pretty much every day during fight camp. But it's like, if I slipped on a banana peel and blow my knee out, right? Or it happens in a fight, or it happens in the gym, or this or that, it might take me a little too long to get back. So I understand that, but the goal, if I can keep myself healthy and keep myself, injury free, is to get to 50 and then be a free man.
They gotta do an East Coast UFC PI just for the treatments.
Yeah, they do. Yes, Matt.
A lot of guys are like, yo, Vegas, it's cheaper, and we got everything under one roof. Let's go. So a lot of people jump over there for that reason, from everything from getting their meals cooked for them. I mean, the money they're saving in meals and recovery, training, it's crazy.
Yeah. You're just making Jim sad that he doesn't have it, Matt.
Well, no,
he's not near the PI.
I'm trying to light a fire on him.
No part of me wants to live in Vegas.
Listen, you'll be out in the desert hunting coyote or something. I don't know what's out there, right? You need your... And when you do that hunting, only because I got ADD, are you up in one of those deer stands or something for hours?
Yeah, sometimes. Wow. Yeah.
And now your kids are up there, and they're not on their phone doing anything.
No, I usually put them in a blind, right? We'll do a pop-up blind, or I'll kind of just sit them on stand. It's pretty dense where we're hunting, so they can sit if they sit still, right? So my 14-year-old, he's that way. He just takes his phone out, or he's like doing this or that, and it's like, hey, bud, like you
keep your eyes out.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention a little bit.
That's funny. Hey, Jim Miller, we're looking forward to this weekend. I know you are. It's always a pleasure having you on. It's always a pleasure watching you fight.
Thank you.
All right, hey, listen. After this, come back on again soon.
All right.
Okay. You got a lot. I think there's a lot left in the basement, if you ask me. All right, Jim. Great to see you, buddy.
You too.
All our best this weekend, brother.
Thank you. Have a good one.
The great Jim Miller. Take care, brother. What a warrior. Hey,
What's crazy is we were talking about King Green and Jeremy Stevens, guys that have had so much legacy inside the UFC. On this card, Jim Miller, most fights in UFC history, most wins in UFC history. Also on this, I mean, Prudential Center is getting, they're getting a smorgasbord, Matt.
I feel like bringing him back on just to give him those compliments. I didn't even mention that. He knows it, though. He knows it. Listen, the card is stacked. But, back to Khamzat and Sean. Yeah, I mean, the guys that made Khamzat look human are the guys that weathered the storm and they showed the ability to get back up. Kamaru Usman was coming on good in that third round, and he took that basically off a couch. He's a special human being. You know what I mean? Gilbert Burns, savage. And again, he had to weather a hell of a storm, but then had his moments, at welterweight. So, Sean's a big guy, really good endurance. I'm thinking people are thinking he's going to get steamrolled. I don't think so. I think this is going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a battle, man. I do.
I can see it being tougher than the Dricus fight. I think that Sean's style will be maybe more challenging, but I just don't see. I can see how he defend pretty well and how it might give Khamzat pause. But in terms of who's going to win the fight, I feel like Chimaev just has more tools, weapons. He's going to come forward. He's going to pressure, and I don't know. I could see him getting a decision.
If he wins, I feel it's going to be decision, but. I feel Sean's going to be fighting him tooth and nail, and I think he's going to be dangerous from the first minute to the last minute. And that's what a lot of guys don't have going for him. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like just after each round's getting worse and worse. Yeah. He's got a great way of getting himself back to the cage, getting himself up. The second it hits the floor, he's a big guy.
And he's coming off a great win. The way he stopped Fluffy Hernandez was deeply impressive. I did not think that fight was going to go that way. Again, Fluffy, another grappler, granted not as wrestle controlled as Chimaev, but a really excellent grappler. Sean had no issues at all dismantling him. So I think that there is some intrigue, but it's just, I don't know. I think Chimaev's different, man. I think he's on a different level. When Sean fought Izzy for the title, people were counting him out with that. It's a different type of fight, but they thought there was levels. I remember people were mocking him for his Philly shell. It took one shot, and if there's any blood in the water, he is a shark. Like, he knows how to finish. He knows how to turn it on without gassing him out. Without gassing himself out. Like, he went off on Izzy in that round. Izzy almost didn't make it out of the round. Yeah. And he still had to stay focused and on point for the next 4 rounds. And he did. So I mean, Matt, we're talking as if the fight's going to happen. Who knows what the heck's going to occur in the next couple of days? It's bad blood, baby. Who knows?
They got security around him like he's Donald Trump out there. He's walking around with the whole security team.
Detail, man.
Hey, what movies you seen lately? Anything good?
Man, so I just watched this movie called Iron Lung, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but
is that the wrestling thing?
No, the Iron Claw, very close.
That
is kind of funny. Maybe they could be the same
Iron
universe.
Man?
Iron Man, another Iron. This is a weird filmography, all iron. But it was made by this YouTuber, this kid who, he played all these horror games, and he made a movie about one of the games that he played with the creator of that game. It was a really cool flick. Basically, he's in this submarine in an ocean of blood, and there's this whole Cthulhu Lovecraftian vibe going on that you discover as the 90 minutes transpires, and it's all set in one sub. It's one of those movies, kind of like the first Saw movie, where it's just in that one room,
They're in a submarine?
Yeah, just him in a sub.
Is this like The Hunt for Red October? You ever see that's an old movie.
That's a deep cut, man. That's
a deep cut right there. Alec Baldwin. Sean Connery. That's an old movie. You know what was a great submarine movie? Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide?
Is that right? Am I saying it right? Is it Crimson Tide? I'm pretty sure it is. Did I just fuck that up? With Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman?
I'm not familiar.
Guys, producers, type in Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide. Figure out. Did you
Crimson
watch that
Tide with Denzel Washington?
Or no, what is it? Battlefield? No, not Battlefield. A Battleship. Did you watch the Battleship adaptation a couple years back?
That was fucking horrendous.
That was fucking terrible.
That was how dare you? How dare you bring up that piece of shit?
It's the ocean-themed movies are hit and miss.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah. They got the sub on the fucking poster.
This movie is a great movie.
What happened?
Great movie. I'm going to talk about on my channel, on the Matt Serra channel. I talk a lot of movie stuff. I got my own podcast. You got to come on, Ben.
Let me on.
It's all it is. See how we're doing this like the last 5 minutes of geeking out about stuff. I do that the whole hour on that thing. That's all I do. But this Crimson Tide is a phenomenal movie. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm just putting that out there.
Are you TV as well or just movies?
Yes. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Have you heard of that?
I haven't. I've heard of it. I haven't watched it. I was so bummed by how Game of Thrones ended that I've just turned off the series, the franchise, the whole world completely.
Once it got past the books, there was still good moments and this and that. But yeah, I agree. The last season seemed rushed a little, Yeah. But I still love it. But this takes place 80 or 90 years before the events of the Game of Thrones. So there's no dragons or anything like that. It's about a hedge knight looking to make his way in the world. And it is a moving series. It'll get you invested again. Well, the problem with the House of Dragon, you ever see that?
That's the other adaptation. Yeah, that's Targaryen. That's our way back in the Targaryen age, right?
Yeah, the Targaryens are a bunch of freaks. And what happens is in that show...
Well, you don't like the incest plot lines, Matt?
Listen, they're whack. They're just so crazy. But the thing is this about those Targaryens. On that show, it's very gloomy. Even though it's some stuff well done in it, there's nobody to root for. Yeah, they're all a bunch of pricks. So
I want everyone to die.
Yes, I don't care what side wins. There's no character that has character. They're just pricks. In this one, there's guys, there's people where you're like, look, man, they're making this decision even though it's gonna put them in jeopardy or their life in jeopardy. You know what I mean? People doing the right thing. I like that.
Are you on the Daredevil Born Again train? Are you messing around with the Disney Plus shows?
On today, on the Matt Serra channel, Geeking Out with Matt Serra, I am doing the final episode reaction of that. I do a reaction. So what happens is it's almost like the old series I used to watch, an old show, Mystery Science Theater, when they would watch the show and talk about it. I do that I do reactions on my channel. And they have me, I watched that whole series, the whole Daredevil series. So I enjoyed it. I
think there's some holes, from season 1 to season 2, a couple gaps and things that they're trying to tie up. But I was happy with it. I mean, Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Sign me up every day. I don't care.
And I like the guy who played Bullseye. I thought that guy was a psychotic.
Bethel. Yeah,
he was great. He was great in that.
It was very Spec Ops. I wish Bullseye's costume was a little bit more goofy, man. Because he's painting his signal with ketchup in the diner, right? So I'm like, we're going goofy with that. But his costume looks like he's, a Black Ops, special agent.
And he was just he was almost just like a serial killer. He was and then the fact that he went to almost try to redeem himself. I like that whole story arc with him. I'm still upset that they got rid of Foggy, but hey, what are you going to do?
Hey, maybe he'll be back, man. The Lazarus Pit, who knows?
You never know. Maybe a different timeline. Hey, Ben, listen, this weekend, Sean Strickland versus Khamzat is going to be amazing. Joshua Van versus
Tatsuro Taira.
But hey, listen, I'm looking forward to this weekend. And thanks for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure, bro.
Nah, Matt, it's my pleasure, man. Truly an honor to be here as always.
This weekend, UFC 328, it's going to be in Newark at the Prudential Center. The early prelims, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Paramount Plus. The prelims, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Paramount Plus. And the main card, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Paramount Plus. I can't wait. Ben, hey, don't be a stranger, man. You can even be a third mic. Hang out with me and my Jimmy Bird.
Hey, I'd love to sit in, baby. I'd love to sit in.
Where could people find you, Ben? On Instagram and anywhere else, please.
At Ben the Bane Davis on all platforms. Twitter's where I'm most active, but Instagram, you get a peek of all the things that I'm up to recently, which I'll tell you what, Matt, I've been commentating lacrosse, water polo, hockey, gymnastics. Boy, we're stepping out of the combat sports lane a little bit.
That's really wild. Now, how much studying do you do into each one of those I'm going to say disciplines, but yeah, disciplines.
Sure. I mean, it's look, you on the water polo one. I was Googling and listening water polo 101 on the drive down to the game. So
that's wild, man. Well, listen, you got a gift for Gab. You're great on the mic. How old are you, Ben?
I just turned 17. So my birthday was last week. Now I'm 26, Matt, 26.
Dude, you're a young man. Dude, did you always know that you were gifted on the mic? Was this something you had as a child? Did you like have a microphone or did you, tell me.
I grew up acting. I did about 7 years of improv on a troupe and then a lot of community theater, high school theater. But at the conclusion of my high school tenure, Matt, I was really thinking I couldn't make a living with it. And so I went and studied finance. I did like a year and a half of real estate, did some managing at Amazon and was like, yeah, this sucks. And so I figured I'd put all the chips back in the basket of, the old mouth. And thankfully it's worked out.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. You are gifted. And I love having you on, dude. There's certain guys, you never cut off. You always got something to add in. You're not cutting me off because I got ADD. You're great to work with.
Chemistry, baby. It's chemistry.
We got that chemistry. Yes, we do. Hey, Ben. All my best, bro, and I'll be watching this weekend, and I know you will also. I'll see you soon, young man.
Matt, I'll see you, baby.
Thank you, Ben.